What's going on, boys? Aaron Alexander here, and I'm going to share with you one of my core tenets. I'm actually going to be putting together a course soon. I had this incredible idea where I thought to myself, if I had a son and I was dying of cancer, and somebody said to me, tell your son everything he needs to know about dating and women. These are my core tenets. These are my core philosophies. So I'm going to be creating a free, because I want to give this to the world and my son in the future, I'm going to be creating a course with all of my tenets for free for you. If you are a hard case newbie, your body count is less than 5. You have never hooked up with an attractive woman. You've done very few cold approaches, and when you do, they do not go well. This tenet is for you. You have to understand, you have to get it through your thick skull that when you are a hard case, 5 approaches is 0 approaches. After a while, once you've hooked up with a decent amount of chicks, once you've gotten some momentum, once you've gotten some core foundations implanted in your mind, then you can run more effective game where you don't have to approach as often in order to get great results. But when you are a newbie, 5 approaches is 0. And I'm going to explain, because this isn't just all about doing more, making it a numbers game, more and more and more. It's not that. I think back to when I first started game and I was incredibly nervous. I was an extreme incel. A lot of you guys know this. I was 290 pounds. I had only hooked up before game with 3 fat chicks, 3 fatties, but they're all great girls. And I actually feel bad for saying that, especially one of them, she got really fit. So I feel terrible for saying that, but we're going to keep it running. When I first started going out talking to women, I was incredibly nervous, incredibly shaky. So if I'm coming up to you as a hot chick, a chick in general, and I'm putting my shakiest self forward, then that approach doesn't count. If you're the second girl I've talked to, if you're the third girl I've talked to, and I'm literally just acclimating to making eye contact, I'm just acclimating to the idea that I'm going to literally go post up in front of a chick and run some game, I'm going to be nervous. Right? A lot of us have this anxiety just trapped inside of us. So you're going to be shaky. You're not going to be your wittiest self. You're not going to be your smoothest self. So many of you guys, I know this for a fucking fact because I've worked with so many of you on my mentorship, on my boot camps, which I have a boot camp coming up the weekend of October 6th in Austin, Texas. Sign up for that. Fucking DM me on Instagram, Aaron Alexander Official, something like that. I know from working with so many of you that you're going out and doing a couple approaches a night. I went out this weekend. I did 4 approaches. Monday, Friday, and Saturday. I did 4 approaches is less than 0. You might need 5 to 8 approaches before you can even be your most relaxed self. So if you do not go out and have nights where your goal is literally talking to 20 women in a night, this doesn't mean you got to be sprinting around on the streets. This doesn't mean you got to be doing anything too insane. But you need to go out and talk to 20 women in a night if you are a hard case. And if you do not do this, you are doomed. You're absolutely doomed. Go do that this weekend. And if you can't, my boot camp, on top of learning everything you need to know about game, on top of all of that, it is also, and being able to see me in the field, me in action, be able to work with you one-on-one. Outside of all of that, the boot camp is a perfect opportunity to have that first time in your life where you actually go out and you talk to 20 women in a night. Countless of my students, on top of actually polling, on top of getting numbers to turn into dates, all of that, a ton of my students have reported back to me that they easily did more approaches in this one weekend than they did sometimes in their entire life, oftentimes in the last year, in the last 6 months. And that feeling is unparalleled. Again, one of Aaron Alexander's core tenets, 5 approaches is 0 approaches. Do more in one session, not over the span of time, right? If your goal right now is I'm going to do 10 approaches this week, go do 10 tonight. Go do one night of 10 approaches. Bust them out. Get it going. 5 approaches is basically 0 approaches. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you would like to attend my upcoming boot camp in Austin the weekend of October 6th, 2023, in case you're watching this in the future, you already missed it if it's 2024, then I want you to DM me on Instagram I'll include a link to apply down below as well, but Aaron Alexander Official on Instagram. 5 approaches is 0.